welcome to our Plugs Community Connection. I am your host, DJ Kitty Cat, with my sister co-host, Miss Morningstar on WKRA 92.7 FM The Change. If you're looking for the best in news, current events, community outreach programs, and shopping connections, you've come to the right place. We've got a great mix of content and community connections lined up for you this evening, along with special guest interviews. So, grab your favorite drink of choice, turn up the volume, and let's get into it.
Good morning, WKRA 92.7 The Change. I am your host, DJ Kitty, here with my co-host, Miss Morningstar from Our Plugs, the Community Connection. Happy Thursday. We are almost to Friday. Oh my goodness, this has been a week. First week of April. I hope everybody's doing well this morning. I hope everyone has something to drink and have had the opportunity to thank the Lord above for waking you up to see just one more day. Just one more day. We're going to take it one day at a time. I want to say good morning, good morning, good morning, Holly Springs. Good morning, Memphis, Tennessee. And good morning, all of our friends out there listening. Good morning, sis. Good morning, Miss Morningstar. How are you?
Hello. Good morning. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Kid Kat.
Good morning.
Good morning, WKRA and all the listeners. Happy Thursday.
Happy Thursday, baby. Almost the weekend.
Yeah, we pushing through.
Yes, thank goodness, because my goodness, every single day. But we're thankful to be here. And before we get started, today, as we do every day, we start with positive affirmations from our affirmation queen, Mrs. Morningstar. Go ahead, Miss Morningstar. What do you have for us today?
So today, in light of nonprofit small businesses, I just wanted to do a little business affirmation for my people who have businesses or are aspiring to own a business. So these are just a few tidbits that you should run by through your brain every day. If they can do it, so can you. That's a saying that a lot of people need to say to themselves when it comes to business owning space, and when you are around other people who have success stories. Just remember that we usually share highlights, and not downfalls. So if they can do it, so can you. Write your own story. Be proud. Another saying, I messed up because I'm human. Messing up in business and in life is something that happens. Don't beat yourself up about it. Mistakes are going to happen. Lessons are going to be learned. Just learn from those lessons and improve.
Absolutely.
I'm proud of myself. Tell yourself that every accomplishment you make, big or small, acknowledge that you're proud of yourself. Be your biggest cheerleader. Meaning any goal is worth celebrating. So no matter how big or small it is, go back to how positive affirmations are and think about celebrating yourself for even your smallest accomplishment. It goes a long way for your confidence. I've fallen and I can't get up. Y'all remember that commercial?
I do. There's the beef.
Yes, falling hurts. And it doesn't mean that you cannot get back up and still achieve success. So make sure if you take that fall, that you go ahead and pick yourself back up and just start over again. It happens to the best of us in businesses. My business can be what I want it to be. Absolutely. With millions of people starting new businesses each year, there are a lot of noise about the wrongs, the rights, how to run a business. But the biggest perk is being a business owner is creating your dream.
Mhm.
So your business can be what you want it to be, but this can be easily forgotten. So what works for one business owner isn't right for others. So remind yourself daily that you're the creator of your destiny when it comes to your business. And
Absolutely.
that is our affirmations in business today.
Yes, I love it. I love it. We have to keep reminding ourselves nobody's perfect.
Yes.
you know um and the only perfect being that ever walked the planet earth was Jesus.
Mm-hmm.
So we are destined to make mistakes, but the thing about it is learning from those mistakes. It's what's most important. You have lessons, learn them,
Mm-hmm.
and be willing to learn them. That way you can come back stronger, and don't give up.
Yes.
Everybody makes mistakes, no one's perfect, but as long as you're willing to accept responsibility and accountability, then you can move forward. That's the message.
Yes.
Accepting responsibility, being accountable, and keep moving.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you for those affirmations, Miss Morningstar. As usual, they hit the spot. Speaking of hitting the spot, let's jump into this weather. So, Holly Springs, today you have a high of 73 and a low of 67. Love it. However, you've got about a 70% chance of rain. Winds
Mm-hmm.
from the south southeast, about 5 to 10 miles per hour. So today's going to be a rainy day for some. So grab an umbrella and try and stay safe. Turn around, don't drown. Memphis, you're looking at 66 degrees as your high, a low of 62 with a 94% chance of rain. So you're looking at some rainy weather, and winds coming out of the east, 10 to 15 miles per hour. And in Houston, hot Houston, it's going to be 87 degrees today.
Woo, woo.
Yeah,
It's getting hot in here, y'all.
hot.
Yes.
With a low of 76, about a 14% chance of rain. Winds coming from the south southeast, 20 to 30 miles per hour. So it's going to be nice and windy. 87, I'm not too pleased with it, but it's better than 97. So I shall take my wins as they come. We still have some storms heading up the East Coast. So you guys stay safe. We've had winds, heavy rains, high winds, and tornadoes. So please pay attention to the weather wherever you're at and try and remain in a safe space. Always remember, turn around, don't drown. And I know up north where I'm from, we would have the alarms going off when a tornado would come through. We don't really have that down here in Houston, although I think that it would be most effective. However, in a perfect world. So pay attention to the weather wherever you're at and try and stay safe. So, current events. What happened outside of Cory Booker making us all proud? Let's see. Are you gonna start today, or did you want me to start?
Oh, go ahead. Go right ahead. Jump
All
into it.
right. Okay. So Texas Senate, Texas, come
Mm,
to the
okay.
come to the front of the room, Texas. Come to the front of the room and have a seat. Texas Senate passes bill prohibiting using SNAP benefits for junk food. Hmm. Well, we can look at it one of two ways. You can look at it as a gift, a blessing, and a curse. Number one, we shouldn't be eating junk food anyway. However, this is America, and we pretty much, our food isn't, it's subpar to say the least compared to other countries because, we allow dyes in our food and all types of, you know, toxic substance in our food. Uh, but to tell people that they're prohibited from using benefits that you've given them to buy certain foods, it's just, I thought they wanted to keep people out of, government out of business or people's businesses, but evidently not. Texas. Sick of y'all. Anywho, I, I have I have so much to say about this, but I refrain. Texas Senate, I would think that we would be more concerned about making sure that the grid stays up versus telling people what to eat.
So let me say this, Kitty. So we all know, I mean, and we want to eat healthier. We want people to eat healthier, but we all know that the price of healthy eating is
Expensive.
it's expensive. So you have a lot of people who are, poor and trying to feed their children. So they may, buy off brand or whatnot. So what the government wants to do is they want to lower their food stamps and then tell them to buy the most expensive food. I mean, how that's gonna work for a whole month
How does any
worth
of this
of food?
how does any of this work?
How does it work?
You know, but yet here we are. Here we are.
Okay.
I guess they say you're lucky to get benefits, period, but you're gonna eat what we tell you to eat. Okay, all
Yeah.
right then.
The
Uh,
control for me.
the control, yeah. Then we have a GOP senator who says he won't apologize after telling a federal worker who was fired and asked him. He was getting on an elevator, the senator, and one of his constituents walked up and said, I was fired from my job. I'm a federal worker. And the federal worker said that he deserved it because he's a clown. Talk about heartless. You know
Mm.
what he deserves? He
Mm.
deserves to not be reelected. I mean, what do you expect? The worst, and then if they show you something different, just be happy
Yeah.
about it, but expect the worst from these people.
Yeah.
Also, that tariffs, we're talking about tariffs because the administration decides this week that they're going to go ahead and impose these tariffs, and these tariffs will yield an extra about $4,200 per household. Do you have an extra $4,200 laying around, Mrs. Morningstar?
I'm looking for it. I'm looking for it because prices are steadily climbing. Grocery prices, gas prices, in you just everything is steadily climbing.
Everything is climbing except wages.
That part.
They
Hmm.
don't even want to raise the minimum wage, but tariffs are a steady, it's on
Hmm.
a steady uptick, but wages will remain the same. You know, I there's so much wrong. There's so many things that's wrong with all of this, but what's most wrong is that this administration fooled people into thinking that he was going to come in to help them, and there is not one single executive order that he has signed his name with a
Excuse me.
Sharpie that has helped a single US citizen.
He is the TV president. He was on yesterday with his, what was it called? Day of Revolution. What did he call his dad that day? Whatever he called it,
I can't say what I want.
imposing all them tariffs, and just it's gonna cause a little pain, and it's just like it's awful. It's no
It
more
is.
words for this. What he is forcing upon the United States of America, and the people who are accepting it and acting as if this is the greatest thing on earth, they are the ones that are going to feel it as well. They're
Yeah.
not exempt. Day of liberation. Thank you, DC, in the
And
comment.
you get what you get and you don't have it. We don't want to hear it. When you can't afford to put your child in daycare, or you can't afford to, there's no more schools for your child to go to, or the education level is subpar, and you can't keep your job. We don't want to hear it. We don't want to hear it. No, be quiet, because you said
I
that
want to
this is
hear
what
it.
you wanted. So yeah, liberation to hurt people. Absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah, because hurt people hurt people. That's a hurt person. That's a hurt individual. It's a hurt and destructive
I
person.
don't know if it's hurt or it's just pure evil.
It's a mixture of both. He's hurt because he was never happy with his life completely. He was never loved by his parents. He was never, you can tell if you look at the story. If you ever did look back at some of his story, he's never been a happy. His only objective in life is to dominate and selfless and be a narcissist and only care
Yeah.
for himself because obviously someone never showed him that attention as a
Empathy.
child.
Empathy, compassion. He wants to take America back to the early 1900s,
Yeah.
where right before the Great Depression, where the ruling class, those who had money, basically just stripped everything. This was before any rights for citizens was even created. So everything was uh, around. It was everything was for the wealthy, and the
Right.
average citizens, they just didn't care. So,
Hmm.
but that's why we're here, to make sure that our communities have what they need.
We must.
um Tesla, Elon, come to the front of the room. Come to the front. I hear your first quarter numbers are in and sales are down 13%. He's hit with a host of problems, recalls, um, a bunch of backlash, a bunch of issues such as, his showrooms catching on fire, a bunch of
What was that about?
a bunch of uh, unhappy people protesting in front of his dealerships. So
Yeah.
a 13% drop the first quarter it's pretty significant. Ha 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 ha. Trump media is down 44% too.
Hey, you know, when you're living a life of evilness and Decepticons and all of that stuff, and you trying to hurt other people and you trying to do the most damage, that's right, powerful black woman. That karma,
Karma's real.
she come on back.
Yeah, it comes back and it haunts you
Hmm.
every time. So when you choose to do evil, don't think that the American people, if nothing else, we know how to hold on to our money and boycott. It's all about organizing, boycotting, and demonstrating. And we're not talking about marching, because the 92/80% of 80 percenters, we're not marching, but we are organizing and getting our ducks in a row, and forming unions with other uh, people, so that we can survive these next few years. Not only these next few years, but moving forward. That's the goal.
Yeah.
And I have one more story. Elizabeth Warren launches campaign to investigate the Department of Education closures. She launched Save Our Schools yesterday.
Okay.
Warren's working with students, teachers, parents, and unions to sound the alarm nationwide. So that is good that she's making that stance. Cory Booker, he stood and filibustered for 24 hours and
525.
25 hours.
He beat the
And
record.
yes, he beat the record. And now Elizabeth Warren, and she's doing this. And, I believe that Democrats are going to do things. We may not agree with it all. However, it's better than nothing. At least they're trying to do something, unlike the Republicans, who are sitting back saying, take that, take it, just take it.
Deal
Uh,
with it.
yeah, just deal with it. Hey, you guys should be happy. And like the senator told the other guy, you deserve it because you're a clown.
Mm.
That's how the Republicans feel. They don't want to do town halls because their constituents want answers.
They don't
Why?
want to talk to them.
They don't want to talk to them.
The arrogance, you guys, this is the arrogance for me. They feel like they are entitled to do whatever
Yep,
they want to do.
absolutely. I'm really proud of Wisconsin.
Yeah.
I'm really proud of Louisiana. Louisiana said, "Nah, we're not gonna be able to do that one. We're not gonna put children in prisons to work your farmlands. We're not gonna do any of that." And that's what it's gonna take. It's gonna take a lot of us doing the legwork, not necessarily voting or marching like we did years ago as our ancestors did, which that worked back then, but
Hmm.
now we're taking other avenues to combat straight up craziness, the craziness. Did you have any stories? We got a couple minutes before we go to our first commercial break.
Well, on a different crazier note, did y'all hear about the two people that were arrested after the repo man's head got run over while trying to tow a car?
No.
I saw the video. Crazy
no.
work. So apparently a young lady, car was getting repoed, and this happened in Memphis. Memphis, y'all listening? This happened in Memphis now. Some more news. And after the repo man was run over while attempting to tow the car, it was caught on tape. I actually saw the tape. It was horrifying. The young man was trying to, hook the tire up, and the person jumped in the car and backed the car up and backed right over his head.
Oh.
He suffered head abrasions and arm pain. Witnesses had to shake him to keep him awake so he can go to the hospital. He was later released and in non-critical condition, thank God. The victim later shared photos of his injuries online, including a neck brace. And 2 people were arrested and charged with aggravated assault.
Wait a minute. So I know we got to go to a quick commercial break, but I really want you guys to think about the weight of a car and how hard that man's head must have been in order to sustain getting his head ran over. Just think about it. Just think about it. We're going to talk about it after we come back after this quick commercial break. You are listening to WKRA 92.7 The Change. I am your host, DJ Kitty, here with my sister, my co-host, Miss Morningstar from Our Plugs, the Community Connection. We will be right back after this quick commercial break.
Timeless elegance. Redefine class. Welcome to Morningstar Boutique by Tam, where fashion at its finest, fashion that brings out your inner cuteness, and styles that make you go, oh girl, where you get that from? Check me out at www.morningstarboutique.com or at ourplugsllc.com. Can't wait to see you.
Welcome to a world that sparkles. Sparkle Cakes LLC takes custom to a whole new level. You are guaranteed to find a gift for that special someone or even a customized gift for yourself. So head on over to my Etsy shop, Sparkle Cakes LLC, and start your personalized order today. I'll be waiting to hear from you. Have a great day.
Hi, I'm Tori G., owner and founder of Say Something Tees, a statement t-shirt company. I got into this business by mistake, but the mission was no accident. As a Black female-owned brand, we do more than just sell shirts. We make statements. Our designs spark conversation, sometimes shady, sometimes in your face, but always bold. From the 92% collection, honoring Black women who always show up, to Dear Black Woman, a love letter to our strength and resilience. Our tees empower, uplift, and keep it real. Because at Say Something Tees, we believe your shirt should speak before you do. Shop Black owned, shop with a purpose. Find us at www.saysomething.biz and let's say something together.
Opalmay Simplistic Beauty is hair care and skin care in a bottle. Take a quick survey and let us design your own formula. Go to ourplugs.com, look for Opalmay Simplistic Beauty, and we can get your formula out to you as soon as possible. We hope to hear from you soon. Have a great day.
Hey guys, yes, this is my nonprofit, Carter's Caring Hands. And what my nonprofit does, we give fresh food boxes to those families in need that's struggling to keep food on their tables. We also go out into the unhoused community, give out care bags here in the Kalamazoo, Michigan area. So if you'd like to donate to the cause, please go to www.carterscaringhands.com and donate whatever you can, so we together can uplift those families that's struggling to keep food on their tables. Highly appreciate it. God bless.
And we are back. Yeah. Welcome back. You are listening to Our Plugs, the Community Connection. I am your host, DJ Kitty, here with Miss Morningstar on WKRA 92.7 the change. We are here today to talk about nonprofits and maybe some recalls and just talk about how we can service our community. I wanted to also touch on one more story before we bring up our good sis, Miss Ziva.
Kitty,
So,
before you
go
go
ahead,
into
go
that,
ahead.
can we finish up this repo dude?
Oh, yes, absolutely. I thought we were done. Go ahead.
So I just wanted to tell everybody in the radio world, okay, it's not worth it. Okay. I know we are all going through very hard, challenging times, and you may have lost your job, missed a payment, whatnot. But there's other resources out here in other ways. Trying to run off with the car, this man was simply doing his job, and now I don't see how he was released from the hospital after getting his head rolled over, and I saw it. So it's just not worth it, y'all. It's not
Yeah,
worth it. Let's choose
yeah.
another route. Let's choose another route. And go ahead with your story. I had a couple more, but go ahead with your story,
No, no,
Kitty.
no. Go ahead. Go ahead. I can wait. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. Well, it was just about another story about the outrage about the man from Maryland who was mistakenly deported to El Salvador.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So he's been gone for 22 days now, and he was a resident of Maryland. Kilmar Aburgo Garcia was mistakenly deported to the violent prison in El Salvador. He was arrested in front of his 5-year-old son by ICE and taken on March 12th. The White House has now acknowledged that it was an administrative error. Have no way of going to bring this gentleman back.
They have no means to bring him back.
No means to bring him back because they said he was an illegal and he was supposed to be being deported, but not to the prison in El Salvador. So who knows? You know, I need to do some more research, guys, but y'all tell me in the chat too, or anybody else know more than I know. Didn't the judge say bring them back?
Yeah. Judge told him not to even take them. Not to take any of them. You know, but they unfortunately didn't listen to the judge, and they're going to just do what they want to do. And this is what happens. This was a person who had to leave the country and put into why are they sending them to prison? I don't get that.
In El Salvador.
They haven't broken a law. Why?
They haven't even had
Due process.
Due process.
You know,
it's the and he enacted the Aliens Act or some sort of that is only during wartime. We're not in a war. Congress hasn't declared a war.
It's always
so lawless. Everything is lawless. Like just no regard for any kind of law.
So hopefully, you know, I haven't heard about the New York election to see who won that. If anybody in YouTube wants to put it in the chat, Florida, they stayed with, Florida's going to do what Florida does. That's why they won't get my money. Yeah. However, Wisconsin, proud, but we need to see what the numbers look like now. So, you know, we can at least start some impeachment and removal processes.
Mm-hmm.
Can we impeach all of them? All of them. From the president to the vice president to the guy that wasn't elected to all of them. Pam Bondi, whatever her name is. How are you going to be over the Department of Education, baby? Anywho.
That's McMahon over there.
Oh, who is Bondi?
Bondi is the DA.
Oh yes, the DA,
district attorney. Yeah,
the one that was trying to say
the DOJ.
Yeah, DOJ trying to come after Jasmine Crockett. Girl, Jasmine said,
yeah, DOJ. She's the largest over, you know, the higher of the attorney. Just a mess. And they're supposed to be impartial. You're not supposed to pick a side. You're not supposed to,
girl, please
pick a
they're supposed to be impartial.
Yeah, you're supposed to be impartial.
No, they're just working straight for
that's not
the man.
That was it for my stories. Kitty, you can go ahead with y'all and then we can bring Ziva up.
Absolutely. So I just wanted to give an update on the young man who the shooting in Memphis, Tennessee, was Sauce Walker, and the other young man who lost his life, which was very tragic. Um, yeah. So they did the one of the suspects. They found him. His name was Jaden Dandridge, 21 years old, and he had allegedly he was one of the suspects who had murdered Say So P and shot Sauce Walker. Well, they found his body in Greens Point in Houston, Texas. Now, if you've never been to Houston, let me tell you, Greens Point is that spot where things happen. And to hear that, they don't have a suspect, they don't have any witnesses or anything. They found his body riddled with bullets, and it's a domino effect. And unfortunately, these are lives of our young Black men. Now, if you're out there listening in Memphis, Tennessee, Holly Springs, wherever you're at, there are so many other things to do with your life versus taking each other out, because now it's two Black men,
Young
who
lives.
young lives, who had their whole lives in front of them wiped out. And for what? What's the reason? You know, there was a time where we stuck together because we were fighting oppression and fighting people who wanted to unalive us any chance that they got for whatever reason. And now in certain areas, we're doing it to ourselves. Stop it. Stop it.
Yeah.
This is ridiculous. And I pray that this is the end to all of this, and we can move forward. It's a lot. It's a lot. But I'm quite sure that, justice is still looking for the other, I believe it was 3 more men that were involved in the shooting. So,
Awful.
it is awful. When we have to do better as a community. We have to do better. That's why we have our mentorship program. Parents out there, if you have young men in your lives, get them a mentor with whatever they're interested in. If they're interested in uh, aviation, find them a mentorship. There are Black or Black pilots who are out here who are willing to help our youth get off the streets and get into something productive. That's my take on that.
Woo.
Let's go ahead and bring our sister Ziva up, and let's talk about nonprofits today.
Yes,
Good,
yes.
good morning, Ziva. How are you?
Hi, hi, ladies. How are you?
How
Doing
you doing?
fine.
Good.
And good morning to you. I was just checking with you and seeing how your morning's going. Have you had your coffee or your tea yet?
I had coffee, yes, and water.
Hey, coffee and water. That's how you
Yes.
started off. So, what is new on the nonprofit front? How many families are you servicing now? And number one, and have you seen any changes that you need to tell us about?
Well, the changes I've seen in the Kalamazoo community, we have more mouths to feed, more families to feed. We have 50 more added to the homeless community. We started off what's this? In February. Yeah, February.
Mhm.
February, we counted 800 families on the street. Now it's about 850.
Wow.
So that's more mouths to feed, more families to feed. So the good thing about that, though, we are upgrading another food pantry. We're working on that as well on the east side of Kalamazoo, Michigan.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, so we are trying to hit all the corners that's needed because the homeless community is actually downtown Kalamazoo, but
Yeah.
they spread around Kalamazoo area. But the main quarter is downtown near the Amtrak train station. And sometimes they sleep inside the train station. The bus station is there. We have a big library downtown Kalamazoo. They sleep in there. They have a warm station they open up for them. So they inside the library as well, which is good. So everybody in Kalamazoo is helping out for the bigger cause because they know what's coming.
Yeah, that's good. That's good that your city's taking that stance, you know. And Kalamazoo isn't really a large city like
No.
it is in Houston. Houston, we have a huge homeless population
Mm-hmm.
or unhoused population.
Yeah.
It's really disheartening. However, I love to hear when, our nonprofits are taking the stance to help,
Mm-hmm.
you know. So if 50 more families, and you have to think about it like this, folks. We're all maybe 2 to 3 paychecks away from being homeless. All of us. Think about it. You lose your job, and if you're lucky, you have savings. But if you're not, then you have maybe 2 to 3 paychecks where something has to shake in
Mm-hmm.
order to pay those
Mm-hmm.
your rent or your mortgage.
Mm-hmm.
And that's
And
the
so,
truth.
and a lot of folks is going without medication as well.
Yeah.
Medication. So we are setting up a program. Right now we have a free clinic. We do have a free clinic for the homeless, right? They do
Yeah.
get their medication, but that's only like once a month, right?
Yeah.
So, but it helps. But that's what I mean when everybody come in together, we all can do it as a community. And that's what it's all about. Because being homeless is hard enough, right? And so while I'm out there feeding, we also giving resources, trying to uplift those families to get their education, uh, of course, to get a wellness check, because without their health, they cannot go on. So yeah, we are connecting the dots here. We're trying to make something bigger than it is.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And then when you say connecting the dots, that's reaching out to those who are in need. So if you are in the Kalamazoo area, please reach out. There are resources available for you. And what I'd like to see is what's going on in Holly Springs in Memphis, Tennessee. We need to find out about your nonprofits as well. We'd like to talk to your nonprofits and make sure that the community is being serviced. And we are broadcasting specifically in those areas for now. So reach out to us. We want to connect. We want to give you the exposure that you need so that other companies can come in and assist. And there
Hmm.
are companies that will come and assist. And if you're thinking about starting a nonprofit, I know we talked about this last week. Andre was giving us the information that you can actually apply for a 501c3 and start your own food pantry out of your own house. And that's a tax break.
Hmm.
And
Hmm.
everything in your house or anything that you use is a tax write off.
Hmm.
So, if you're interested in starting a 501c3, please reach out to Andre Martinez. His business is EA Tax Pros in Our Plugs. That's ourplugs.com. He'll give you the information that you need in order for you to start your own 501c3, start your
Hmm.
own food pantry, so that you can go to a grocery store. And how does that work, Ziva? Can you explain it to the listeners?
If you want to start your own nonprofit, right, the first thing you got to do is first to get your 501c3. But see, as I started, I went and got a DBA, do business as is, right? That was $10 at the time I went, you know. But for that, you have to pay your own taxes, right? But when you write off things that you give to the community, those taxes is a waiver when you're doing a DBA. So that's a good start. And the second thing, if you want to get grants, write a proposal. You can write a proposal to all the markets around you. You can write a proposal to like Costco's, Walmart, Myers. All the proposals we issue out to every store around us. So whatever comes, is that mine? So whatever comes, that's who we go to. So it's not about one proposal. You can write a proposal here. Whoever calls you, jump on it and keep doing it.
Okay. That's a really good idea, and when you mention grants, I know that you can go to grantswatch.com. And when you go to grantswatch.com, it gives you a list of all types of grants that you can actually apply for. Now, here's a little secret. If you go to ChatGPT, now everybody's talking about AI. I'm going to give you guys a secret that I don't really share with a lot of people, but I'm going to share it with my family because y'all are my family. You go to grantwatch.com, you put your proposal in. Some people may say, well, I don't know how to write a proposal. You write out what it is that you do, your name, what your plan is. My name is DJ Kitty. I plan to service my community in Houston, Texas, and feed the homeless. I need funding for equipment, funding for food, funding for a business or a building. Okay. Type all of that into ChatGPT. It will write your proposal for you. You take what ChatGPT prints out, you drop it into a Word document, read over it, change anything that you want to change, and then save that and send that to all of the grants available in your area. Again, go to grantwatch.com and just send it off. You can there's also a checklist of all the things that you need for a grant. And in addition to that, you can always reach out to EA Tax Pros, and they will assist you in helping you to get those grants, to write those grants, to get your 501c3, to make sure that you're filing taxes, because it is doable. It's very doable. And not only is it doable, think about if you're struggling right now. We've already predicted that there's the price of food, the price of these tariffs is going to escalate everybody's pockets, hit everybody's pockets for about $4,200 a year. Every family. If you're struggling today, I know I just spent $150 on groceries and I got a few items, okay? Not too happy about that. But if you're struggling right now, go and get your 501c3 because you can start a food pantry and that food can also feed your family. So the food that you're getting, you take that form after you get your 501c3, you take that form letter and you take your proposal because you already wrote it up through ChatGPT. You take both of those documents, you take them to Costco, you take them to your local grocery stores, and they will give you the food and participate in that food program. So you're not only feeding yourself, you're also feeding your community. You can feed your friends and family. They have to sign the forms showing that they received food. But yes, why not? It's all hands on deck. We're in a place where prices are going up. Things are expensive. Everything's going up except what, Miss Morningstar? Wages.
Paychecks.
Paychecks.
I wanted to say this too. When it comes to doing a nonprofit, it's a range of things that you can do to help service the community. I mean, you can be a part-time tutor, you can do like clothes, you can do shoes, you can do back to school events. I mean, it's such a range of things you can do because everybody is, everybody is not homeless per se, but there are people who are struggling, like with the food pantry. It's people who just are struggling to feed their families. And so they may need some extra produce or some, a couple things of meat to last for another 2 weeks until the next paycheck.
Yes.
Because most of us are living paycheck to paycheck in some instances. I mean, you pay 1 week, pay all your bills, and you waiting on that next check.
Yeah.
And you got more bills to pay. You might have a little left over from that, but what is more helpful than having somebody in your community who you can just go sign up? What they do, Ziva, they sign
up. They don't have to show no ID and just sign up. How many of your family? In our pantry, we serve you You can come every 2 weeks.
See?
Plus, we have our fruit and vegetable drive once a month.
See?
Maybe.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yes.
Sign up, get you some help. I mean, that extra little help, it goes a long way. Just think about it. Just think about it. I mean, anything you may have that you can use to utilize and help your community is a gift.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes. And speaking of that, we have our pop and drop fresh fruits and vegetable. April 14th at 394 South Drake Road, Kalamazoo, Michigan, 49009 from 1 to 3 p.m.
That's awesome. That is awesome. If I weren't so busy, trust me, I would have my own food pantry too. I just don't have enough time in the day, because that black job, I got to keep going to that black job because, I got a black job, Ain't that what he called it? He said it's a black job.
That's what he said.
What he said?
They trying to take your black job.
Your black job.
As a matter of fact, they trying to cut grants.
Yes, they are. So it's best that, we pay attention.
Jump on it now.
Jump on it now, and get because they can try and cut. Those are federal grants, but there are other grants available out there. I was on grantwatch.com earlier, and there's a grant right now for North Carolina, nonprofit agencies, schools, and faith-based organizations. Yes, and it's open. The deadline is August 5th. So there are
plenty of grants besides the government.
Yes, there are stipulations that you have to meet. You just find out what those stipulations are and go for it.
Yeah.
My daddy always said nothing beats a failure but a try. Okay. And if you don't even try, you have no reason to complain. But look at your children, look at your grandchildren, and say to yourself, okay, I may not have everything that I need, but I can save my money and start me a 501c3 and help. That's the name of the game. When we came to this country, when we were snatched up, our ancestors snatched up out of our original country and brought over here and treated worse than animals.
Yeah.
All we had was each other, and we stuck together. And then we decided to segregate, and we lost integrate. I'm sorry. I always do this. I'm gonna have to write it down. I'm gonna write it on my hand. But we decided to integrate into this nation. And when we did that, we lost touch. We stopped the community. Not everybody, but it's not like it used to be. Well, now he wants to take us back to where they ruled before. We're not going to go back. We're too powerful to go back. But now is the time for us to reconnect and never get disconnected again, because as we see, they will stick together even if it's at the detriment of their own.
Yes.
Y'all know I'm telling the truth.
Yeah.
That's factual.
Tell the truth like the devil.
The month of April, guys, anyone listening, my husband and I decided to do mail orders for 10 people once a month, starting April 17th, right? And if you want to get connected with that, go to Our Plugs and go to my page on Our Plugs, Carter's Caring Hands. First 10 people.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Ziva, are you guys shipping those orders out?
Yes, we are shipping the orders out.
Nice.
Non-perishable items.
Non-perishable items. So
that's good.
Some cereal, some cans.
Yes. So you guys out in Holly Springs in Tennessee, Memphis, Tennessee, you guys, Diva, our good sister Diva from Carter's Caring Hands, is willing to ship groceries to you at no cost. Imagine that, at no cost. Go to ourplugs.com, go to Carter's Caring Hands, and sign up.
Yeah.
Get those groceries. We got families to feed. We got
That's right.
Why not? It's
Mhm.
time for us to get back to us. And if you know of a nonprofit in your area, you need to direct them our way so we can go ahead and get this started, because Ziva shouldn't be the only one doing this. We need all nonprofits on deck. It's all
Yeah.
hands on deck.
We
Yeah.
need to come together, guys, and
It's needed. It is needed.
create this chain. We
Mhm.
Yeah.
need a chain to form a chain around this country,
Mhm.
especially with what we have happening right now. That is really scary for a lot of
It
us.
is.
It's really scary because you don't know what is going to happen in the next 3 months, yet alone tomorrow. So we need to form a chain.
Absolutely. It's really scary because you really don't have a clue what he's going to come up with tomorrow. You
Mhm.
know, I know there's so many talks about Social Security, Medicare, and Medicaid, and that right there is heartbreaking because you are hurting our most vulnerable elders and those who are in need because of a disability. When you have no regards, it's pathetic, it's sad. We'll be right back after this quick commercial break. You are listening to Our Plugs, the community connection. Again, we'll be right back.
Hi, everyone. My name is Ashley Middleton, life and executive leadership coach and owner of Radiate Coaching and Development, where we provide transformational, strength-based coaching and mentorship. My goal specifically is to support you in identifying your mission, your vision, and your values that help you take your power back as you are building your career. Whether it's within or outside of the corporate world, my goal is to really empower you in making decisions that work well for you. So if you want to reach out to me, by all means, you can email me at radiate@midspiration.com or check out my website at radiatecoaching.com.
Welcome to Nutrition You Design. Finally, your place to really get to the bottom line of your health with our functional nutritionist Gail Thorpe on board. You have a caring practitioner to get to the root cause of your health concerns when all else fails. At Nutrition You Design, we specialize in women's health, anywhere from hormones, fibroids, menopause. We have you covered. With over 200 specialty lab tests, we are like your personal health detective. We offer customized meal plans, genetic testing, stress management, and a host of other offers to really get you healthy. Be sure to book your consultation at nutritionyoudesign.com or give us a call at 877-898-5130. You can also find us at ourplugs.com. We look forward to hearing from you.
Hi, my name is Irvin Green. I am the president of the Berg Family Reunion Club. We are a nonprofit organization, 501c3, located in the town of Leesburg, Virginia, which is about 45 minutes west of Washington, D.C. Our mission is to preserve the memories of Black descendants of Leesburg, Virginia, and support the residents of Native Black African Americans residing in the township of Leesburg, Virginia, through community building and outreach.
Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening. My name is Leslie Brown, and I am the owner of LG Brown Properties. I am a realtor, and I just wanted to pop in and say hi. If you know of anyone that's looking to sell, buy, or lease, I do it all. Give me a call. I am worldwide. If you are not in New Jersey, I have plenty of referral partners around the world. So, give me a call, 973-750-8430. Have an amazing day. Talk to you soon. Bye.
And we are back. You are listening to Our Plugs, the community connection on WKRA 92.7, The Change. Today we are talking about nonprofits. We're discussing grants. We're discussing 501c3s. We're discussing ways to service our communities. We've got our good sister here, Ziva Carter from Carter's Caring Hands. here giving us some nuggets, some important nuggets that we need in order for our communities to have what they need to thrive. Okay, Miss Ziva, we are back. So I know we were talking about you shipping to 10 families from Carter's Caring Hands, and that is awesome. I also wanted to see, have you put that information out on social media so that they are aware? There's so many families in need right now. So I just wanted to remind you, if you haven't, go ahead and put that information out there on social media so we can get those families what they need.
Yeah, I posted it on Facebook so far. Haven't done it on TikTok yet. So gotta make sure I got all my products in.
No, that's right. I don't know if they say TikTok is going away again, but then Jeff Bezos is supposed to be doing something. I don't know.
If he does, I'm not gonna be on it.
I ain't either. I'm not gonna be on it with Jeff Bezos and several other. Hey, look, I'll go somewhere else. We've got other streaming services because no, it's a complete sentence. So, do you have any recalls for us this
Yes, I do.
Right,
so, Trader Joe's. Trader Joe's. Okay. Hot honey mustard. Do y'all see that?
What is it? What?
Hot honey mustard. I don't know
Hot
if y'all
honey
can
mustard.
see it.
No, you won't be able to see it because of the background. Hot honey mustard.
So hot honey mustard, okay. The company name, Fresh Creative Foods. So it's all in Trader Joe's. And the reason for the announcements is undeclared allergen, peanut, soy, sesame, and wheat. Don't supposed to be in the product, but it's in there.
How'd they do that?
I have no idea.
So hot honey mustard. So
hot honey mustard.
Honey mustard with the
dressing.
Okay, it's dressing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hot honey mustard. The use date is by May 27th, 2025. And all these dressings are located in the states of Arkansas, Colorado, DC, Delaware, Florida, Georgia, Kansas, LA, Massachusetts, Maryland, North Carolina, New Mexico, Ohio, Oklahoma, Pennsylvania, South Carolina, Texas, and Virginia.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
All inside Trader Joe's.
Trader Joe's.
Well,
okay.
I won't be eating hot honey mustard anyway because it doesn't sound appealing to me. Honey mustard.
I like hot honey mustard, but I ain't bought none.
I've never even had it.
Yeah.
But I don't like spicy food. So.
Yeah, I'm a spicy eater. I am.
So they published that on the 31st of March.
Okay.
So the next one is Tony Chocolonely.
What is it?
Tony's Chocolonely.
Tony's Chocolonely.
It's like a breakfast bar. You ever seen Tony's? They come in a purple wrap.
Tony's. Okay, I've seen it. Yeah, that brand Tony's.
Yeah. So they got a recall on that. It's foreign objects, like small stones, inside of the chocolate bars.
Oh, wow.
They had 12 complaints. And the only way they knew because people called in and found stones inside the chocolate bar.
Ziva, can you spell that for the audience so they can, because somebody.
Tony's, Tons, Chocolonely, CHOCOLONENELY.
Chocolonely, like bologna. Chocolonely.
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 Yeah.
And it's got stones.
And it's a bar, like a bar.
No, it's like a breakfast bar light.
Oh, breakfast bar.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's in Tampa, Florida.
In Florida.
Yeah.
All right.
So, and that was published April 2nd.
And is there a use by date?
The use by date is June 13th, 2025.
All right.
Okay. And the next one is wine drinkers again.
Not wine.
Yes.
Why they keep messing with my wine?
Wine drinkers again. This is Walker's Wine Juice LLC.
Walker's Wine Juice.
It was published April 1st. Potential foodborne illness.
Foodborne illnesses
Yes.
in wine?
Yep. Called botulism. Botulism is what it's called. It's okay if you drink enough of it. It's not really wine. That's the company. It's pumpkin juice. That's what it is.
What is it? Pumpkin juice?
It's pumpkin juice, but it's from Walker's Wine Juice LLC. So they have pumpkin juice as well.
Okay, so
You ain't gotta worry about me.
Me either.
Yeah, pumpkin juice. That's
that's
a strong no. You ain't got to worry about it.
No.
So it's called botulism. It causes, if you drink enough of it, it says it's a serious bacteria infection, and sometimes it can cause paralysis.
Mm. Wait, you guys. We got some breaking news. No, I wish. Zelle, used by 150 million people, shuts down its app. Zelle.
Zelle?
Yes. I don't use it.
I do.
I do. My husband and we do.
Will no longer allow users to make payments through their standalone app. The company initially warned users that their app was shutting down its payment service October 31st, 2024. On Tuesday, the change went into effect. So Zelle just shut down. That's crazy. So, if you guys are out there listening, just know that Zelle, if that's your processing center for your business, it's shut down as of today.
Whoa.
Wow.
Yes. Wow. Wow. They said that, some things is going to be happening because of just things happening. I just thought I'd break that, because Zelle is pretty important. I know I use Zelle all the time.
Mm-hmm.
That's why you have to have more than one financial processing center. Okay, let's get back to our recalls. I'm sorry, you guys. I thought that would be important enough for everybody to know.
So, that is the pumpkin juice. And that pumpkin juice is stated in Illinois, Indiana, Kansas, Kentucky, Maine, Michigan, Minnesota, New Jersey, New York, Ohio, Pennsylvania, and Wisconsin.
All right. Ain't nobody drinking no pumpkin juice. I don't know about y'all in radio language. I hope y'all ain't, maybe y'all do. I don't know. But beware of the pumpkin juice.
Yeah, there's a lot of people that drink pumpkin juice, especially if they mix it up with something. Yeah,
beware of the pumpkin juice.
So if you get any, it's difficult in breathing, weakness in other muscles, abdominal pain, constipation.
Ooh. Okay.
Right. Anything else, Miss Ziva?
And that is it, my kitty.
All right, that sounds very interesting. So let's recap. We got Trader Joe hot honey mustard.
Yes,
it's a no. Just don't eat it. It's a slew of states that it's in. Just say no. The date was 5/27/2025. If you go to Trader Joe's, I'm quite sure they pulled them off the shelf. But if you've already purchased them, any of these hot honey mustard, go ahead and take your receipt and the unused, I suppose the unused, take it back to the customer service desk and get your money back.
That's it.
Tony's chocolonely,
Mm-hmm.
like Tony's bologna, Tony's chocolonely, has foreign objects like stones, rock.
Stones. Yes.
It's like a breakfast bar. That date was June 13, 2025, that
25.
expiration date, and it's in Florida. Folks in Florida, beware. When they say it tastes like rocks, I'm quite sure that that is what bad joke, bad joke. Anyway,
I was about to say something about some of my folks in Florida who I'm
don't say
cool
it,
with,
sis.
but I ain't gonna say it. But you know who
Don't
I'm talking to. Y'all go buy you a whole lot.
don't say that. Don't say that.
I'm sorry. I just joking.
She's just joking, y'all. Don't buy that. Don't buy it. They should have pulled them all off the shelf, but don't buy. If you got it beforehand, take your product and your receipt, even if
You
you
already
don't
know
have
we
a
cut
receipt.
up sometimes.
Yeah, we do cut up. We can take it back to the grocery store, give them the product, and say, "Hey, there's a recall on there. Get your money back."
Mm-hmm.
Now, Wine Walker's wine juice is the pumpkin juice, which is
Yes.
ew. Anywho,
Mm.
it has foodborne illnesses in there, botulism. So
Yes.
in Illinois and Indiana and a couple of other states, I couldn't catch them all because I just couldn't catch them all. What's the date on that one, Ziva, for the
The
wine?
pumpkin juice.
Yeah, the pumpkin
Okay,
juice.
let's see. The
Um,
date on that. Well, they published it the first, and the kill date on there. Well, matter of fact, it's a 2 gallon bag in a box, and a 5 gallon hot pack are labeled pumpkin. So remember that.
Ew.
Yeah.
Doesn't
So
sound attractive.
no, it doesn't.
I'm like T Wiz. She say ew.
Ew. I
Yeah.
mean,
Yeah.
I see
Not
about
my cup of tea.
yeah,
So the due date on there is July 28th, 2025.
yeah. No, I don't even know anybody who likes pumpkin
What's up, Reggie? I see
juice.
you.
I
They
see.
use it when they bake a lot. They use pumpkin juice when people bake like them pumpkin
Oh,
pies and
I thought you said bathe. You said
bake.
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 B-A. I was gonna say, now hold on. What's going on?
It's something new.
It's
No,
always something new, so you never know.
yeah, I don't know anybody who has ever even. I tasted a pumpkin pie my neighbor brought. I tasted it. I took one bite. One.
It ain't like sweet potato pie, I tell you that.
No, it looks like sweet potato
It
pie.
looked like
It
it, but
looks like
it's a
sweet
Yeah.
potato
difference.
pie.
It's a difference.
It's very disappointing. I
Mm-hmm.
said to myself, never
I actually had one
again.
that wasn't bad, and I think it's because I don't know. Somebody had
Add some
some.
cinnamon.
Yes, put something in it, and
Some
I
sugar and
said
cinnamon.
Nutmeg.
she hooked it up as closest to sweet
Sweet
potato pie
Mm-hmm.
as it could go, and it wasn't bad. It was
Mm-hmm.
edible, but
Mm-hmm.
yeah, that's as far as it went. I prefer sweet potato pie all day,
Yeah.
All day, every day.
all
You
day.
definitely don't want to drink that if it called paralysis. I'm telling you that.
I don't want to drink it.
That's crazy.
It
I
just,
don't like nothing. I don't want to drink it anyway. Bachelor.
now I do like pumpkin spice a little bit.
I love pumpkin spice.
I do. I like that in the
The cream,
wintertime
I
to
like,
my coffee.
The
Yeah,
coffee is good too. I like the coffee.
but to actually
absolutely.
eat pumpkin pie, no, thank you. Or drink pumpkin juice. It's just not. It's not my cup of tea. But I'm quite sure there are people who may.
It probably, yeah. I'm pretty sure someone in Radio Land who heard
it.
it. It's some folks in Radio Land who saying like, yeah. So
Yes.
this information is for y'all.
Yeah, it is. Enjoy.
No pun intended.
No pun. Just enjoy it, but not the Wine Walker's wine juice.
Yes.
Not that one, because it causes botulism.
Yes.
Yeah, it's very interesting what we come up with and what we find out about. Didn't they do away with letting people know about the FDA? So this is why we come and bring this information, because they stopped telling people about it. Mainstream media, because mainstream media bowed down and kissed the ring, so they got to do what the administration tells them to do, and that means don't tell people about recalls and don't tell people that they should be vaccinate their kids. And, it doesn't matter that your kids get measles. It's very interesting, this administration that we have. But
I mean, I really
Yeah.
want to be mannish right now. I really do.
don't be mannish.
I want to be a little mannish because I
Okay,
mean,
you can be just a little mannish
I'm
today.
just saying, the people who want to be evil, how about we, make them take all these recalls and put them on their doorstep and in their homes for their children and for
You
their
know,
families, and who want to take away all these regulations. How about we, make a reverse, let's
Uno
reverse that
reversal.
thing and put it back on y'all because and see how it feels when you're isolated and you're without any of these important regulations that we need. See how far you go.
You know how Reggie always says that the universe will give you what you want. So, and what you put out in the universe, it comes back to you. So while they are out here actively in our face trying to hurt us, actively in our face doing the absolute worst, while they're out there doing that, well, what you put out into the universe is going to come back to you. It's like a boomerang. You throw it out there, it's going to come back. So when you're throwing out this hate, when you're throwing out this nonsense, nothing good can come your way. Look at the richest man in the world, present day. He started in January. He was sitting on his not his net worth, but his companies were worth right at $400 billion. Okay. Stay with me, folks. So in January, he was right at $400 billion. And then, his homeboy got into office and they started doing all this weird stuff. And they decided, oh, we're going to create this agency called Doge. Doge. Don't, I'm not going to say what I call him. I'm not going to do it because I'm on the radio. I got to come to TikTok to hear what acronym I've given them the names. However, they started this Doge mess. And then they started laying off folks. And they started, laughing about it. He was on stage with a chainsaw, did the salute and laughing and cheering and yes, we're cutting, wasteful spending and we're taking and all this fraud. So I just gotta stay with me. So when a person finds fraud, why has no one, not a single person, been charged? Because it's illegal. So where are all the charges for the people for the fraud that he's found? So no one has been charged. All this fraud and people stealing all this money, there's not a single person that has been charged. And trust me, if it were Democrats that were stealing, we would see all kinds of charges, people being arrested. So that didn't happen. So now, it's been 90 some odd days, February, March, April 21st will be 90 days. And the last 2 weeks, I've been seeing nothing but tears and sniffling and crying. And why is everybody hating on me? Why does everybody want to hate on my company? And that $400 billion has been slashed in half to $200 billion. So, you get what you get. You put it out in the universe to cut people and gut people. Well, the universe said, okay, you want to dance? Let me go put on my dancing shoes. Let me get my fan. And let's go dance. And it's taken half of his money. First quarter down 13%. Let's see if we can beat the second quarter. Second quarter, I challenge everybody out there. It's 13% first quarter. Let's go for 26%. Let's double that. second quarter. We got 3 months to double that. You know, if you've
Well,
got
I heard Elon,
Elon,
Elon. Oh, okay, I almost said it. Elon. I heard he probably ain't gonna have no job too much longer at the White House.
oh really?
I heard that he might be losing him job and need to go try to save Tesla. I don't know if he's gonna save it, but that's what I heard.
So
It's a rumor.
I know that Vance isn't too happy. Eyeliner isn't too happy about Elon being there. He said that I'm the vice president.
Yeah, he was
So
in his feelings.
you know,
I guess his last incident with Wisconsin, I mean, it's just people are not happy. You can't buy elections. I mean, you got away with one, okay? But now you're doing too much.
doing way too much.
You're doing way too much. Now you done lost weight. I think the biggest judicial election, he put 90 million or something in this, and you lost.
Telling
Or a
people,
big cheese head on your head, you lost.
yeah, telling people he would give 2 people $1 million. That is a felony. That is a felony. And from what our good brother Darian reported on, that there were people in Wisconsin that were willing to go out there and make citizens arrest. Y'all, Wisconsin, go do your best, do it.
Ooh, see,
Because
people mad.
people are very upset.
People are upset, yeah.
Did you realize that 1 out of, I think, 3 or 4 people that are working in the VA are actually veterans? And so the people that you're laying off are veterans.
Talk to them every day.
You know what he could have did with all that money? How many pantries could we open up?
Yeah.
He could have solved world hunger.
How many nonprofits we could have gave to try to fight these homeless.
Hunger.
Yes, hunger. That man has enough money to cure, end hunger.
Hunger. Right?
Instead, you want to toss your money into political elections and act as if you were doing something to help people when you are absolutely a harm to the people. You are not interested in helping anyone but yourself.
Me.
That's it.
When you live by the sword, you die by the sword.
You better say that.
You can't walk around this earth thinking
going down, y'all.
You can do people any old kind of way, and people are gonna be like, "Oh yeah, let's go out and buy us a Tesla and contribute and follow this man." You are hurting the American citizens, and you're not an American.
Yeah.
You're from South Africa. Y'all hated Obama calling him an African, and y'all let a white South African come in here and destroy this country. Y'all ought to be ashamed.
Shameful.
Shame. I want to thank Miss Diva. Come on in here and say your last few words. We're about to end the show, but today, as usual, is another great show. I love talking to you, sis.
Yeah, so everyone, go to ourplugs.com, sign up if you or anybody else is struggling to keep food on your family's table, okay? Don't be ashamed to ask for help. It's okay. That's what we're here for.
Absolutely.
If you down on your luck, you can't, we're here for that. I understand that. And this is why I do that. Okay, so go ahead to Our Plugs and look up Carter's Caring Hands, or go to carterscaringhands.com and sign up. Write a message in there and tell me what you need.
Yes.
And I will get back with you.
Absolutely. You heard it, Holly Springs. You heard it, Memphis, Tennessee. We got you. All you got to do is go to ourplugs, ourplugs.com. We expect to hear from you guys. Don't be ashamed. We're family. This is what we do. We take care of family. Miss Morningstar, any last words?
Just everyone have a good day. And if you're listening, like she said, go to Our Plugs. If you have a nonprofit or you wish to start one, connect with us on ourplugs.com. We have some go-getters that will help you get your nonprofit started. And if you have a nonprofit, we will get you listed and set up, and we will support your business and get people to know how to get in touch with you. It's all family. So we need to see y'all. Y'all have a good day. Enjoy your Thursday.
You're listening to Our Plugs, the community connection on WKRA 92.7. You guys have a blessed day. We will see you tomorrow morning at 9 a.m.
Thank you,
Have
guys.
a great day. Thank you. Hey, y'all. It's DJ Kitty.
And Miss Morningstar.
We are here from Our Plugs, the community connection, and we will be your new morning host on WKRA 92.7 The Change.
Yes, we will be broadcasting Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. Central Standard Time.
We'll also be streaming on YouTube at Our Plugs LLC.
Be sure to tune in.